this camp, Oilers captain Connor McDavid has also faced questions about his future here.
I said at the end of June, I had every intention just to take my time with it, and I still feel the same way. Take my time and go through everything, and I have every intention to win in Edmonton. That's my only focus.
Connor McDavid just delivered a message the Edmonton Oilers never expected. As the final season of his contract begins, he's made it clear there will be no early extension, no timeline, no promise to stay. The league's biggest star has paused everything. And what happens next could change not just the Oilers, but the future of the NHL itself. And it's already begun. Connor McDavid will enter the 2025-26 season with no contract signed past this year. The Edmonton Oilers captain said he will take his time before deciding if he wants to stay in Edmonton or not. These comments came while he was at Hockey Canada's Olympic orientation camp in Calgary. McDavid didn't say much more, but what he said was enough to shake the entire NHL. McDavid's current contract was signed in 2017. It's an 8-year deal worth $100 million. That means it will end after this upcoming season. The contract pays him $12.5 million each year. This is still one of the highest salaries in the NHL. Now, with only 1 year left, fans and NHL officials expected that McDavid would start contract talks. That hasn't happened. He said, "I'll take my time going through it with my family, my agent, and everybody involved." This is exactly what many NHL officials didn't want. McDavid is the face of the league. He's the most watched, most talked about, and most followed player in hockey today. When a player like that is weeks away from the season without a long-term deal, it creates big problems for teams, fans, media, and the league. The NHL wants stability around its stars. McDavid's delay is doing the opposite. McDavid didn't sound upset. In fact, he said he still wants to win in Edmonton. "I have every intention to win in Edmonton," he told reporters. That comment was clear, but what came after was less certain. He didn't say he planned to sign this year. He didn't say he was sure he would re-sign at all. Instead, he focused on the short term. He said he's looking forward to the Olympics and the new NHL season. He made no promises beyond that. This statement was enough to start league-wide worry. NHL insider Elliotte Friedman said this could become a major distraction. He warned that if the team doesn't handle it carefully, the McDavid situation might start to hurt the Oilers inside the locker room. At this moment, there is no sign of any back-and-forth talks between McDavid's side and the Oilers. TSN's Ryan Reshog reported that so far, there hasn't been a back-and-forth with dollars and term to this point. This is not a normal situation. Most teams want to lock up their star players before a contract ends. With McDavid, that's not happening. Oilers CEO Jeff Jackson, who used to be McDavid's agent, said they will talk when McDavid is ready. "When Connor is ready, we'll have the discussion and we'll get a deal done," Jackson said. That comment might sound calm, but to many in the hockey world, it means one thing. McDavid is in full control of this situation. The NHL doesn't want its biggest star heading into a contract year with no deal in place. That leads to headlines, trade rumors, locker room stress, and massive attention on every word he says. This is what NHL officials feared, and now it's here. McDavid's stats continue to show how important he is. In the 2024-25 regular season, he played 67 games and scored 100 points. In the playoffs, he added 33 points in just 22 games. His career playoff numbers now sit at 100 assists in 90 games. No other active player matches that pace. In every category, McDavid continues to lead. So what happens if he doesn't sign soon? That's the big unknown. So far, there's been no talk of trade. There's no sign McDavid wants out. He hasn't said that. But there's also no sign that he's close to signing either. Some media outlets tried to push stories about McDavid going to Toronto, but nothing McDavid said gives support to those rumors. In fact, one report said he wants to win in Edmonton and is taking his time before deciding whether to extend his contract. He didn't mention Toronto. He didn't hint at leaving. Still, the delay is enough to keep fans nervous. The Oilers aren't just sitting still. Insiders like Friedman believe the team is getting ready to start talks soon, likely between the end of the Olympic camp and the start of training camp. That window is small. The Oilers want to avoid dragging this issue into the regular season. McDavid recently flew back to Edmonton by private jet. That marked the end of his summer break. Now, he's back in the city, just days away from team training. His presence in town doesn't mean anything officially, but it could signal that talks may begin soon. Still, the fact remains. Connor McDavid has not signed a contract extension. And with the season weeks away, that's creating major stress behind the scenes. If McDavid hits free agency next summer, it could cause a league-wide bidding war. There are no early signs that he'll leave. But without a deal, anything can happen. That's exactly what NHL officials hope to avoid. Jeff Jackson remains confident. As his former agent, he has worked with McDavid for years. But this time, even he admits the process is different. He told media, "This is not a normal negotiation. When Connor is ready, we'll sit down." Even that quote shows how rare this situation is. Most players don't hold all the power in talks. McDavid does. So what's next? For now, McDavid is silent. He's said all he wants to say for now. He's focused on the Olympics, training camp, and the start of the season. The Oilers are waiting. The NHL is watching. And the clock is ticking.
The Edmonton Oilers general manager will have his work cut out for him this offseason. Stan Bowman's biggest priority will be signing several players, including his captain.
Something huge just happened. It's the kind of move the NHL has never seen before. A deal so big it might change how every team pays its best player. The number is higher than anything the league has ever offered, and it's coming from one of hockey's biggest stars. What's even crazier is how fast it's happening. Right now, this month.
Whenever they're ready. Like I said, when I did my last availability, really I think Connor's earned the right to choose when he wants to get into the details of it, and we're ready right now. So he knows that, and he knows that. He's right that the timing, July 1st, is it's a date when we can officially sign a new contract. But besides that, it's really just another date. It doesn't really change the process at all.
Connor McDavid's current contract with the Edmonton Oilers is set to end after the 2025-26 season. That deal was signed on July 5th, 2017. It lasts 8 years and is worth $100 million total. That means he's getting paid $12.5 million each year. That contract is still active until the summer of 2026. But on July 1st, 2025, the rules allowed McDavid to start talking about a new deal. And now, early in August, talks are already moving forward. Stan Bowman is the new general manager for the Oilers. He has said that signing McDavid again is the team's #1 goal. He told reporters that Connor is the team's leader and the best player in the world. Bowman also said they are ready to do whatever is needed to keep him in Edmonton. In a report shared by NHL insider Bob Stauffer, the team is expected to offer McDavid a brand new deal very soon. That new contract is likely to be signed before August 28, 2025. Stauffer said the Oilers want to move fast, and McDavid may agree to a shorter deal. Most reports say that deal will last about 4 years. The salary part is even bigger news. The new deal is expected to give McDavid between $16 million and $17.5 million every year. That is more than any NHL player has ever made in league history. If the deal happens, it will break the old record and set a new high. If McDavid's new deal pays $17.5 million a year, that would make it the richest contract in NHL history. McDavid has played 9 seasons in the NHL. He's had 8 100-point seasons. Last year, in 2024 to 2025, he played 67 games and scored 100 points. That includes 26 goals and 74 assists. He led his team to the Stanley Cup final for the 2nd year in a row. But the Oilers lost again. After the loss, McDavid told reporters that winning is the most important thing to him. He said, "Winning would be at the top of the list. If I feel that there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem." The team's front office understands that. That's why they are also making changes to improve the roster. General Manager Bowman said they are working on goaltending and adding more depth to the forward group. These changes are aimed at giving McDavid more help and making another push to win the Stanley Cup. If McDavid signs a 4-year deal this month, that contract would start in 2026 and go through 2030. During that time, he would make more than $64 million if the average is $16 million. If it's $17.5 million, he would earn $70 million over 4 years. Many reporters say a shorter deal makes sense for McDavid. If he signs for just 4 years instead of the full 8, he would become a free agent again when he's still playing great hockey. That would let him choose to stay or go. Depending on how the team performs, the team would prefer to sign him for a full 8 years. That would keep their top player until 2034. The NHL salary cap is going up. That means teams can spend more money on players each year. Right now, teams can spend around $88 million total. But in a few years, that number could be closer to $100 million. That would make it easier for teams to pay stars like McDavid more money and still build a strong roster. But right now, there is no sign McDavid wants to leave. All the facts show that both sides want to make the deal happen. The Oilers are offering more money than ever. McDavid has said he still believes in the team, and his teammates like Draisaitl are already locked in with big deals. Stan Bowman has said that early talks have been very good. He said, "We're very encouraged." That means both sides are happy with how things are going. There are also reports that McDavid's deal could be backloaded. That means he would make more money in the final years of the contract. This helps with planning for the team because they expect the salary cap to rise in the future. A backloaded contract keeps things balanced early on. McDavid has made it clear that this decision is not just about money. He said, "I have to do what's best for me and my family." He also said that he thinks this Oilers group still has more to give. "This core has been together for a long time. We're trying to get it over that finish line," he said. Right now, the Oilers have a small window to act. August is expected to be the month when this deal becomes official. The numbers all add up. A 4-year deal worth $16 million per year is $64 million. A deal at $17.5 million per year is $70 million. If McDavid agrees soon, that deal will begin in the 2026-27 season. Until then, he'll keep playing under the old contract signed in 2017. Stan Bowman and the Oilers believe McDavid is the piece they can build around. "He's the best player in the world," Bowman said again in July. That belief is driving every move the team is making now. As the days move forward, the NHL world is watching. If this contract gets signed, it will set a new bar for every future deal in the league. It will also change how teams think about short-term versus long-term contracts. And it could make McDavid the highest-paid hockey player of all time. This would mark the first time any NHL player has been paid over $17 million per year. Every new report brings more confirmation. Insiders say the deal is nearly done, and the Oilers fan base is waiting. If this deal goes through, it will be the richest in league history, and it's happening fast. August is the key month. The next few weeks could deliver the biggest contract news the NHL has ever seen.
As you said, yeah, it's only been a couple days since the season ended. Take some time to regroup. Talk to my agent a little bit and family and all that, and make some decisions whenever that time comes, but there's no rush.
Connor McDavid told reporters he wasn't in a rush to talk contracts. Now, weeks later, there's been nothing. With the team in off-season limbo and big names signing elsewhere, McDavid's silence now speaks louder than ever. The Oilers are waiting. The fans are waiting. But the captain still isn't saying anything. McDavid's silence is now a problem. And this silence could change everything for the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid is the captain of the Edmonton Oilers. He is one of the best hockey players in the world. McDavid has played his whole NHL career in Edmonton since the team picked him first in the 2015 NHL Draft. His current contract is an 8-year deal worth $100 million. That deal ends in July 2026. Right now, McDavid still has 1 year left on that contract. He will be allowed to sign a new deal starting on July 1st, 2025. If he does not sign, he becomes a free agent in 2026. That means any team in the league could offer him a deal. But so far, McDavid has not said if he will stay or leave. After the Oilers lost in the 2025 Stanley Cup Final to the Florida Panthers, reporters asked McDavid about his future. He answered, "It's only been a couple days since the season ended. I'm going to take some time to regroup, but there's no rush on anything like that." He also said, "If I feel there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem." That was the last time he spoke about it. McDavid's numbers this season were very strong. He had 74 assists in the regular season. He scored 33 points in 22 playoff games. He had 7 goals and 26 assists. His teammate Leon Draisaitl had the same playoff point total, but McDavid still hasn't said what he will do about his contract. The fans don't know. The team doesn't know. Other NHL teams are now watching closely. Stan Bowman is the general manager of the Oilers. He said, "He's the best player in the league, most important player in the league. He's our captain. He's our leader." Bowman said the team's #1 priority is to keep McDavid. He also said the contract talks will happen when McDavid is ready. But NHL free agency is already moving fast. Teams are signing players. The Oilers have to make choices about who to keep, who to sign, and how to build next season's team. But without knowing what McDavid wants, the team can't plan fully. That has caused a problem. If McDavid leaves, it could be a very big problem. The Oilers have made the playoffs 6 years in a row. They made the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row, but they lost both times. Some sports writers are saying McDavid might not want to wait much longer. If he doesn't think the team can win soon, he could decide to go somewhere else. Leon Draisaitl, McDavid's teammate and top scorer, signed a new deal last year. That deal is for 8 years and $112 million. If McDavid stays, he will likely make even more. Some reports say McDavid could become the highest-paid player in the league, but that would mean the team has less money to spend on other players. If McDavid stays quiet much longer, the Oilers could be forced to trade him. They won't want to lose him in free agency for nothing. That's why some experts are saying the team needs to know soon. One article said McDavid's silence is wrecking the Oilers' free agency plans. Jeff Jackson is the CEO of the Oilers. He also used to be McDavid's agent. He said the next season will help decide everything. The team will wait, but not forever. Other teams, like the Toronto Maple Leafs and Florida Panthers, are already being mentioned as possible new homes for McDavid. Right now, every NHL team is watching. If McDavid doesn't say anything by the start of the season, the rumors will grow. Teams will begin making offers. Fans will keep asking questions. Even McDavid's teammates might start to worry. The Oilers had a record of 48 wins, 29 losses, and 5 overtime losses this past season. That was good enough to make the playoffs. They went all the way to the finals, but lost to the Panthers in 6 games. McDavid led the team in assists and was one of the top playoff performers in the entire league. But now all of that is in the past. The team needs to know what comes next. Free agents are being signed by other teams. The Oilers can't wait forever. And yet, McDavid says nothing. The pressure is building.
You know, I know people are going to look at that July 1 day and be looking to see if there's anything done. But for me, I'm just not in a rush that way.
Something big is coming to hockey, and it's not just about one team. On July 1st, Connor McDavid will make a move no one saw coming. That move could change how the best players in the league get paid. It will break a rule that stars have followed for years. What happens next may change the NHL forever.